Welcome in, everyone. I decided to do like a bonus stream essentially to celebrate Craft-Tober starting today. And my bongo cat is being weird. I don't know why. I did restart it. I don't know what it's doing. Anyway, and apparently my mouse is like making everything like minimize and come back up. But I'm not even really touching it. But yes. Oh, I forgot to press start on my Pixel chat because I was just talking to myself. And I didn't think you guys wanted to read about me talking to myself. Um but the picture in the corner is what we're doing. I did it on like one big piece of fabric. And like so this is the middle of the fabric and then a ½ inch from either side of the middle as I figured where I would start one doll and then the other doll would be on the other side. This is a new scroll frame I got. It came in a kit, like so it came with 2 different sizes of like the side pieces and then 3 different bars across for length. So I might have to put a different bongo cat code. I just did the update, so I don't know if it's because of the update it's being funky. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still counting things, but it's not like allowing me to redeem stuff. I don't know. But welcome in, Cosmic. I hope you are having a good day. Congrats on first. Oop. So, like I said, I already, I did all the fancy measurements. Figured out how to, put them both on the same piece of fabric instead of 2. It's a great day. That does sound fun. I got a cauldron crochet pattern and I bought it and I bought it came as like a 2-pack essentially. It had like the mini pattern and a regular size pattern, and so you get to make a cauldron that you can actually put things in, like it has a lid that comes off. So I bought the mini and the big, and I bought a wreath one too. I'm excited to try those. I know Christmas is a bit off, but if you're gonna hand make stuff, you need all the time in the world. So netball. I'm trying to go through and use up all the random balls I have, so the code doesn't actually work. I have to actually type. But so this picture here in the corner is what it's supposed to look like. Obviously my fabric's a little lighter than what they used, but they also use like that 28. Yeah, all the Christmas cards. Yeah. So I was like, I got another pattern that was dinos, like a multi-pack of dinos. So it was like a dino, like the s'more dino and stuff I've been doing, and the Cakealosaurus and whatnot. The body is a present, and then of course the head and tail and like legs of a raptor. And then the other one's supposed to be like the raptor is a Christmas tree. And I did finish up this bookmark that we had been working on in stream. I figured since we're starting Craft-Tober, I'll finish this up. And I did the edging last night and pulled it so it's free. That's understandable. I have kind of got addicted to this pattern maker, and now I just kind of want everything she makes. So plus I got it on Etsy while she was doing a sale, so it was only a couple bucks. Oh, sorry, I got the hiccups. I think they're the hiccups. I don't know. It's like a mix between a hiccup and a burp. Okay, 7:38. I was organized at one point, but then, life. If I have to buy one of my stepmom's Christmas, that's on. Yeah, I mean, you've got the baby coming and Christmas, and that's all like a lot of money at once. Because babies are like boats; they're a never-ending money pit. They're lovely, but there's like a continual stream of money going out where babies are concerned. Like, even if you breastfeed and cloth diaper, there's still a significant amount of money continually going out in that, like, first year. Yes, I just did that the other day. I got. Sorry. I was like, let me poke my needle into the fabric before I set it down, lose it, and then poke myself. I got these. So you get 3 in the box, and it makes like little ornaments. And I figured we could do them here on stream, like end of November, beginning of December. And it was $10 for the box, but then it was with that 30% off each item. Plus, I have a military discount at Michael's, so I wound up paying like I wound up getting it basically half off. But I did buy like yarn and some different colors I needed for this project that way. Okay, so make sure I'm symbol color, symbol color, symbol color, symbol color, symbol color. Okay. I attempted to breastfeed with my first, and it was very bad. There was like literal blood involved, and I was like, nope, I'm done. And so then I tried again with fantasy, and not as bad that time, but she wasn't getting anything essentially. Like, she would suck and suck and suck and suck and suck and suck till she passed out, and then sleep for 15 minutes and be right back at it. And at first I was like, oh, it's because she's new. And then they're like, no, she's not getting anything. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So sorry, I just realized something is wonky down here. There we go. Yeah, and so I didn't. So I stopped, and I gave her not breastfed. I gave her the bottle because it was more important that she eat than where it was coming from. And then I didn't do it at all with Boy Wonder. But I did cloth diaper both of them. All the way up until she even had cloth training pants. Like, yeah, like I was like, it was more important that she be eating, like, not working herself to the point of exhaustion to eat and still not really getting anything. So we switched to the bottle. Okay. So I found the middle, and I marked the middle. I figured I marked it with like marker, but I figured once I started stitching, you wouldn't really see it. So let's hope I was right. Which way do I want to go? I guess to the right. Yeah, but she always had issues with like diapers and creating like rashes and stuff, and she was literally allergic to like everything. So when it was um when I was almost due with Boy Wonder, I started doing cloth diaper, and it totally changed things for her. She, like, the amount of rashes and stuff she was getting went way down. So we're like, okay, she's probably allergic to like some chemical or something in the diaper. So she had cloth training pants and everything. And Boy Wonder had the cloth diaper most of the time. I think it got near potty training time and then it kind of changed. But yeah. So I cloth diapered but not breastfed. I did attempt, and that didn't really work. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I did 3 there, 3 there. One more. That's what I thought. But so we used, I don't know, I guess they call them like, I don't want to say hybrid because that's not really right. But we used a company called G Diapers. So instead of being the ones that you stuffed and you had to change the whole diaper, we used these other kinds. So you had like this fabric diaper-ish looking thing. And then inside you would snap in a plastic liner, and then you would set the insert in that plastic liner. And then you would put it on like a regular diaper, except instead of the tabs coming around the front and closing, they went around the back where it was harder for the kids to pull off the diaper. And then when they went to the bathroom, unless they leaked out of that liner, you only had to change the insert. And they sold like biodegradable inserts too, like if you didn't want, if like say you were out and about and you didn't want to have to worry about like storing the wet used inserts, you could just essentially like the kid, you put it in the same way, and then when the kid went to the bathroom, you could just like shake off the poop into the toilet and rip it down the side and dump it out into the toilet, and it was like paper and you could just flush it. So that's what we did. They had the other kind that you stuffed for at night because I could put like 2 inserts in. Because Boy Wonder was like a heavy wetter at night. Like he would sleep so soundly that he would pee a lot, you know. He wouldn't wake up just to get a diaper change. So, especially more when he went to sleeping through the night. Yeah, I did a fair amount of research, like to figure out which kind I thought I'd be most likely to use, like continually, not like for a little bit and then give up. And I was like, I'm not going to want to change the whole thing all the time. And because of Fantasy being like allergic to basically everything, when it came time to wash, I would make sure I like soaked them and cleaned them really well, and she had way less issues. Even her doctor was like, "Okay, what did we do different because we haven't been in here for a while? Like, have we found a diaper that she seems to not be allergic to? What did we do?" I was like, "I switched to cloth." And she was like, "That was a choice. I'm not sure I could do it, but if it's working, yay." And they had kind of like cloth diapers, like swim diapers. They were by a company called Charlie Banana. I was like, man, this pumpkin looks light. But then I look at the picture and I'm like, no, the pumpkin does look really light. I'm not like using the wrong color. So I tried a different radio station today on Amazon. It was supposed to be like heavy metal or heavy rock, hard rock, Halloween music, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm liking it. Let's try alternative Halloween. The kids are older and they want so much, like, I shouldn't say they want all this expensive stuff because they're fine if they don't get it. It's not like, oh, Christmas is ruined. That's not how my kids are. But I'm wondering maybe if like having an experience is something they might like better than just like a bunch of presents underneath the tree. Like still getting some presents, but also having more of an experience. Like going somewhere, like the trip is part of the gift. Okay, this one we'll do a little different because there's a lot of black in that row. And I don't want to essentially skip a whole row. What kind of pokey we got? It says Geo Ball. Okay. Pokey catch. Geo Ball. Okay, so one, then down and two. Welcome in, sarcastic kitten. We are, the picture is in like the top left corner. Yeah, I was like, wait, right, left. Yes, that's correct. Of what it should look like. So they originally had it as like two separate patterns. But I did the maths and I figured out I could like to put them on one piece of fabric and then just put them in a picture frame that way. We'll see how good it looks in the end, but and thank you. I bought this book off Amazon, like the Kindle version, because I am impatient and I don't like to wait for things in the mail. It's called like Witchy Stitching or something like that. And it's got like all kind of like Halloween-esque type designs. And they even have some that aren't. They're like how you mix Summerween or Creep Miss, I think they call it. So they're like some kind of Halloween-esque designs, but for different holidays. I'm still gonna do like that kind of arch around both of them, but I measured it so it'll only be like this much apart, like where these. Oh, you can't see it. So like this is the center of my whole piece of fabric, so that I can then find like the center for each design. Right? And then so like I measured like a half inch from each, like from the center. And then from that I measured like where the center of the design is, cuz I always start from the center of the design. I find up I find that I like mess up when I try to like, okay, this is the edge of the pattern. I'll start in this corner and then go. It never Something always goes wrong. So I just measure and measure, measure 75 times, hope you get it right. I have to start in the middle. I tip my hat to those people who can start at the end and it turns out right. For me, that is not the case. Welcome in, Laura. I hope you're having a wonderful time lately. Words, they're hard, they mean things. Um, but yes. So I'll previously I'd been working on stuff like only during a stream, but I probably won't do that with this. Like it'll be a mixture of on stream and off stream. Cause last time we did the stitch along, I only did it during stream, and I found that a tiny dragon took way longer. And I was like, oh, if I do this only on stream, we'll be done in like February. I still feel like I messed up somewhere. Okay. Sorry. I was like, what did I do? It's always a question about what did I do. 2, 1, 1. Oh, I see what I did. I figured it out. I think I needed to go over one more, and my brain went, nope, we're done. There we go. But it's not a normal stream day for me today, but I was like, it's the beginning of Craft-Tober. Let's do it. We'll see what we get. Yes, that's what I did wrong. We have this, and we come down, and then 2, and then 1, and then 2. Ah, that's what I did wrong too. I didn't go over enough. Watching me cross stitch should be like make everybody else feel better, because I will mess up 75 million times. So if you feel like I can't do that on stream because I mess up too much, don't feel bad. I mess up all the time. So now I have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I can come back up this way. Sorry if I miss stuff in chat. Okay, and then we have one little tooth in here. So this past weekend, we took the kids to a pumpkin patch slash petting zoo. Sorry, I'm like, where do I put this damn camera? So you guys can see, and I can see, and everybody can see. I don't know is the answer. So normally I try to like go use the same color like everywhere it is in the pattern before I switch colors. But I also don't want to mess up too much, so I'm not going to do that this time. Sorry. This scroll frame literally just came in the mail yesterday, so I am attempting to get used to it. Attempt is the key word. That's not enough to put back in there. Okay, so then it's this up arrow. I guess it's not really an up arrow, it's a cross. 720. Once upon a time, all my colors were in order. And then life. There it is. So, I fully intend to try to take advantage of Prime Days next week and, like, get stuff. Maybe for, you know, Christmas and whatnot. That way, I'll be a little bit ahead of schedule. Okay, it looks like right there. Okay, fine hand. Don't work right. But I hope everyone has been having a good day, a good week, a good month, whatever. I know we're at the beginning of a new month, but you know what I mean. That things have been going well. One, two, three. This is supposed to be like the pumpkin hand. And I'm horrible at staying in frame, so I'm sorry. I will apologize profusely and often. Okay, I did 1, 2, 3, out, in, and then 2 up. Okay, and then we need to go to the other side. Not here, but here. Felt like I didn't get in that hole quite right, but I guess I did. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yay! Yay, it matches. So has anybody else been doing any kind of spooky-esque crafting? In my house, the spooky season is all the time. We it is a state of being, not a holiday. I have all kinds of stuff that stays up all the time. Normally I hold my frame like up kind of like close to me, but I'm never sure if that's good on stream or not. I don't know. After like a month and a half or so, I'm still never sure how to hold the stuff on stream. Okay, and then we go to color 919. I think that was a new one. It was. Let me get out my baggie. I know people store them all different kinds of ways. I am trying to find a better way to store mine. But the reason I've done like the baggie method is because then I have somewhere to put like thread I cut, you know? Um, but if you cross stitch, feel free to tell me how you store your thread. What your system is, because I am more than open to a different system. I just haven't figured one out. No, don't go through the other arch. Fine, be like that. Oh god, and why does it always seem um like time moves differently when you're streaming? Like it hasn't been 40 minutes. But yeah, in the picture they use more of like a grayish, but I can't tell if it's really gray or grayish or if it's just kind of a combination of the lighting. And the fact that in the thing it uses like 28 weave. And I'm not doing that. I did that once. It was not fun. I don't want to do it again. And I'm doing this and I'm still like, did I get the wrong weave? Did I mess up? Who knows? Like, let the freak out begin. I was just gonna lean over, but that doesn't want to work. No, it's wow. They're both 14 count. But my brain is like, it looks so different. I don't know. I am an idiot. I turned this when I was cutting and didn't pay attention, and I've been sewing it upside down. Welcome in, Kevin. Welcome to the disaster that is me trying to cross stitch today. I should put in a command for unstitch frog. And you guys can click it every time I have to undo. It would be at like a bazillion real fast. I'm worried about like how many 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Nope, it is 14 count. But I hope your work day is going well, Kevin. I assume you're worky lurking. And I appreciate that you worky lurk. Come on. Yeah, today is not my normal day. I just figured I would celebrate the beginning of Craft-Tober. Oh, goody goody. Yes, I plan to buy it today. I didn't go back and like buy more games from Steam yesterday. But I was like, I plan to buy both the original and the expansion, which is like 25 bucks together, like 25 and some change. But I was like, I really hope somebody wants to play. But yes, Kevin, tell Superwife I will be more than happy to play Ticket to Ride with her as much as she wants. Let's try this again. But I figured Carrot doesn't generally stream in the morning, and I didn't want to like swoop in on his time. Okay, yes, this is the right direction this time. I think I stitched it upside down with that other color too. Yeah, I mean, I understand if you totally only want to get the base game. I mean, it's still on sale for only $6. So I understand if you only want to pick up the base game. I totally get that. But I think I'm gonna pick up both, mainly because it's been on my wish list thingy for a while, and I keep seeing it going on sale. And then I keep going, no, it's okay. I'll just leave it. And then, you know, but I was like, nope, this time I'm going to do it. And I'll just hope that somebody wants to play with me. Same issues as when you're a little kid. Jesus, I hope somebody wants to play with me. Ugh. Apparently, today is not the day for stitching. At least not stitching and talking, because I have been messing up so much. I should put little arrows or right like top, bottom on a piece of tape. Well, once again, Kevin, I appreciate the worky lurkies. Like, who needs to do things correctly? Apparently not me. Oh well. Just remember, if you craft, next time you have to undo something, you're not the only one. Look at me. I'm constantly undoing. Welcome in, Alex, to my bonus stream where everybody gets to see that I can't count or figure out which direction is up. Let's try this again. We are correct direction for up. Start at the end. Woohoo! Hopefully you have tons of fun during your alone time. I don't know why I said that alone time like really weird, but So, what has everybody else been doing? Crafting, building, gaming. We're seeing me, I just perpetually mess up, so. One more. Woohoo! We managed to use the same piece of thread without having to, do something else. I don't know if she's still in here, Kevin, but Sarcastic Kitten, she's a crocheter, but she is also a fellow Canadian. Well, fellow to you, because I'm in the States, but you know what I mean. She too is from the Canada. Kevin is a fellow Canadian. That's my thing. Like, anybody when there's two Canadians in the same chat, I'm like, oh, they're both, you should know each other. You're Canadian. Yeah. I'm always like, hey, you know, solidarity. Kevin is a farmer, and he streams too. He hasn't been streaming lately because harvest season. But he is a farmer, and his content is like farm sim, and he talks a lot about farming, and you can ask him all kind of facts about, farming and such. Like, if you've ever wondered how many types of wheat or, things like that, or just general questions, Kevin is our designated farmer. Right? That's why I figure every time there's two Canadians in the chat that I know are both Canadian, are both talking. That's important too. I don't call out lurkers. I feel the need to let them both know they're Canadian. Like, if you don't know, there's a fellow Canadian in here. And I know it's pronounced Canada, but I say Canada, so that's just something you have to get used to. Or if you're Alex, forget how to say it right, and then have to explain to your sister why you can't say Canada right after she freaks out thinking she's been saying Canada wrong her whole life. It's Arkansas. Well, the funny thing is, Arkansas was a state before Kansas was. But the reason they're pronounced different is because of who settled them. I think it was like the French settled one and somebody else settled the other. So, like, it's all pronunciation based on who settled this state, really. If I remember from Crazy telling me. I don't know. I'm from Pennsylvania. William Penn. The whole kit and caboodle. Yeah, I think it's that the French. I can Google it too while I'm so I don't like say all the wrong things because that's common. I always say the wrong thing. I believe it was the French who settled Arkansas and I think it was the French. Oh, it's a Quapaw word that the French explorers modified into Arkansas. Arkansas became, you know. But yet the French and the got it from the Quapaw Indians who were living here at the time. I was like, that's what I thought it was, but then I was like, maybe I'm wrong. It happens quite often. Okay. So we finally got this pumpkin and pumpkin hands done. Yeah. That's kind of like what happens. But I mean, I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so we just got William Penn and he got a bunch of land from the king and. There were a lot of so Pennsylvania's kind of weird. Like you have the Amish and I mean they live other places too, but like you have Amish, Mennonite, yeah, all the French. It's all the French's fault. Frenchies. Um but then you also have like German, Pennsylvania Dutch, which my grandmother was Pennsylvania Dutch. She came from Germany. Um but then you also have a lot of just Eastern European. So like a lot of Czech people, like people from Czechoslovakia, Germany, like that whole kind of area. And then even weirder, like into the mix, is that I went to school with a lot of kids who were Syrian and from like the Middle East. Like, well, I guess like Syria and Egypt. So really like the top of Africa into the Middle East. But I always thought it was so weird. Like, okay, we're just a mix match of things. Okay. Those are V's, it looks like, inside the... Sorry, I blew it up a little bit, and then it kind of distorts the... which symbol it is. There we go. Yeah, so it's V's inside the pumpkin, but black outside. I know. My bongo cat is being weird. I did the update today, and now it won't like let me let me accept like when you press the chest to get your new gift, it like won't let me do it. Let's see. Try this bongo cat. It just keeps telling me Steam error. I closed it and reopened it, but it's still not behaving properly. Okay, so I need the V inside, which is 310. Oh, it's C310, not 310. So, I got a new to me type of DMC. It's like black, but it's got these like bluish sparklies in it. I need to make sure I still do this in 2 strands. There's an end in here somewhere. Yeah, it's different. I've never done it with this kind of thread before. So, oh, that is not a plastic baggie like I thought it was. Oh well, I can grab some here in a second. I just want to make sure it's still 2 strands. Where are we? Back stitching key. Oh yeah, just 2 strands. Okay. I'm going to grab some more of these baggies real quick. Ignore me as I untangle myself from my blanket. Okay. So this glittery is supposed to be inside the pumpkin. Nope, upside down. Okay. My brain keeps seeing it as like a knot or a bubble, but it's just because the thread's kind of crinkly. Doing here, okay. One eyeball. Silly wormy part. Okay, yeah, we're going the right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can really see it like on camera, but there's like little tiny blue like sparkly flecks in the thread. If you stuck around through the ads, thank you. I know they suck, but doing them in a 3-minute block gets rid of them for the next hour. And sometimes, you know, Twitch be twitchy and you really only get like 2 seconds of ads. That's what happened in yours the other day, Kitten. I was in there and it said we're going to ads, and I got like literally like 5 seconds of ads, and then it was like right back, and I was like, I'm not going to complain about this. We're not going to talk about it lest we upset the ad gods and I wind up with like 10 minutes of ads next time. Okay. Oop, we're gonna have a pokey soon. Now we're just gonna do a ton of regular black all around. I've never worked with this like this type of DMC before, but it worked pretty well. You can see it a little better like in this where it's like more of it. Kinda, sorta, maybe. No. Ignore me, apparently. Like you can kind of see like the little glittery flecks. Not much, but some. Where did my marker go? I've had like the glittery metallic thread. I've worked with that before, and it can be a real pain in the butt. It tends to knot super easily. So I tend to use shorter pieces of it. I believe Kevin is near Saskatchewan. Okay. Whew. Now we just like go on this black quest for like ever. So where would a good place to start be? I guess just near the pumpkin, and we'll go from there. We'll just kind of go like around the pumpkin, and we eventually we'll meet an end, and we won't go that way anymore. This pumpkin looks so weird right now. But as soon as I saw like kind of where the poll was trending, I thought about doing these. Because they're kind of like vintage spooky, not scary spooky. And obviously it has black and pumpkin, so, you know, that qualifies. for our chopped-esque craft. All I have for pumpkins for crochet is the spider pumpkin. So I want to find a different, even if it's a free one, a different pumpkin. Okay. Like I said, it's her dress, so it just kind of spirals out from the pumpkin. So we're just gonna kind of go round and round. We'll make this work. I was trying to find Halloween music, but I have not found ones that I like. So we're just kind of rolling with it today. I need to find one for tomorrow though that's better than, because I was like, oh, I'll just type in Halloween on Amazon in my, like the Amazon Music, but my brain was not anticipating like so many different playlist choices, so I just picked one. But if anybody's interested in joining the Craft Along for Craft-Tober, I am more than willing to point you in the right direction to the Discord channel. It is not in my Discord. It is in a friend, Carrot Cleric. It's the Stolen Carrot Discord channel. Discord, whatever, server. But if you are wanting to join, I will point you in the right direction. I imagine others will be doing their stuff on stream as well as just posting pictures on the Discord. Oh, Pumpkin, you look so horrible right now. Oh, I see kitty. You got a Christmas kitty. Yeah, it won't like let me take my gift, whatever. Like, you did the 1,000 clicks, you get your prize. It's not letting me do it. I don't know. I did the update and it's been wonky ever since. So maybe it's like that it's not closing all the way when I try. Maybe I need to like go and make sure like all its properties are closing properly in like Task Manager. My computer likes to do that every once in a while. Oh, now it's got I can. Yeah, it's since I did the update, it's been being weird. We have emotes now, though. So supposedly you're supposed to be able to like spam somebody's Like when you're in their lobby, you're supposed to be able to like essentially spam them with emotes. Yeah, I'll just have a bazillion clicks to pick later. Because it's like every 30 minutes you can claim a thing. So you just have to like be patient. Okay, hands work. There we go. So we'll be doing black for a while. I'm just trying to, like, I don't know, find a good where it's just kind of like up down instead of like all over the place. Well, maybe we'll just do a spiral out from the pumpkin. Ignore how funky the pumpkin looks right now. I think the reason the pumpkin looks so weird to me is that like it's not like the normal color I think of for a pumpkin. But way back when they used to do pumpkins out of like butternut squash and like parsnips and stuff. So, I mean, the lighter color for the pumpkin makes sense. Okay, if I go over 3, it will get me to an edge of the dress, and like I can kind of like work out a pattern. My brain is like, we can't just randomly go. We need to have a plan. Kitten, yeah, like the turnips and stuff, like they were made out of other things. I mean, I guess technically they're all kind of in the gourd family, but it's still weird. I meant to ask you yesterday how your D&D dragon is coming. Kitten makes her own crochet patterns. She has way more talent than I do. I just follow a pattern, and as we can all see, not always well. My brain thought this giant frame would be an excellent idea, but now I'm like, how do I hold it? And look semi adequate in stream. Oh, is that what you were talking? I know you were saying you ran out of yarn. I didn't realize that's what you meant, like, for that project. It was looking really good. And now silly Canada Post with their strike. Come on. Get all the way in the middle. Oh, Pokemon coming soon. Come on, pull through. Here we go. Okay, let's see what Pokey we got here. I know I don't have that ball. Geo Ball, Night Ball, or Nest Ball. Let's try a Night Ball. Pokey, Catch, Night Ball. She is coming up with the pattern for the Hydra dragon from D&D. I am constantly impressed by her. That takes a knowledge I don't possess along with creativity I don't possess. I would just go find it somewhere. And then if I couldn't, be sad that I couldn't find it somewhere. Ooh, I caught it and I got some kind of gemstone thingy. And they're really fat dragon. Last year, okay, so we have a tradition that every year, like it started when the kids were really tiny. Like, you know, the anticipation of Christmas morning. Because there would be presents under the tree from like what relatives had sent because we didn't live close. And so, like, the anticipation, it was hard for them. And we understood that they were tiny. So we started doing what we called a Christmas Eve box. It'd be a box that they would get to open on Christmas Eve, and then that was the only gift. It would have new pajamas in it, like a game or something, like a board game or a little card game, something like that, you know. And then, or sometimes a movie. And then it would have like hot chocolate and a little pack of marshmallows. And it would have an ornament. Last year, my daughter's ornament was the really fat dragon from D&D. Yeah, Christmas Eve PJ. So then they'd go and they'd brush their, yeah, well, not brush their teeth, but they'd go and get ready for bed. And then they would make their hot chocolate packet and they would play the game or watch the movie that they got. Like one year, one of them got for the Wii, or not for the Wii, whatever the new Nintendo thing is. The Switch. One of them got like Just Dance 2020 and the other one got Just Dance 2021. So they both got a game, or one year they each got like Christmas movies or just movies in general. But like we've been doing it since they were really little. And so we still do it. They're still like, where's my Christmas PJs? Um, but yeah, so they get matching Christmas family pajamas. I think in the beginning they weren't necessarily matching, they were just like new pajamas. But it made the it cut the anticipation of like, I want to open the gifts. I want to open the gifts because they were getting something, and then it like sidetracked them with like the movie or the game. And I told them about Krampus. I was like, if you don't behave, forget Cole. Krampus is gonna come get you. Well, there's still. I think my daughter's finally pretty much done going, but the boy wonder is still growing because my kids don't grow properly. So he is 15 and just starting to wear like size 12 pants with a crap ton left in his growth plates. So we're just working through it. The only reason my daughter is normal sized is because she went on drugs. Otherwise she'd be like 3.5 feet tall or something like that. Growing like a weed. The boys grow way into like their mid 20s. They keep growing. Yeah. My son is 15 and he just now is like as tall as I am, and I'm super short. I'm not even 5 feet tall. I am 4'11" and a half. I count that half because it counts when you're this short. Um, so he is finally as tall as I am. In fact, I think a smidgen taller now. Um, but I like my uncles and cousins and stuff like on my side of the family were like the shortest one was like 6 feet tall. Now my husband's relatives are shorter, but you know, he would be some compilation of the two. But they said he's got a ton of room yet in his growth plates. He's just not really growing. Yeah, like then Christmas morning they have stockings and presents and things. So it cut the anticipation when they were younger, and we just kind of kept doing it, and nobody really complains. And when now that they're older, like when I start looking at like the Target family Christmas PJs, everybody kind of gets a weigh in vote, and then we go from there. Like, okay, these are the designs, whatever. options this year? What are we thinking? Is there one we all like collectively more? Or, does everybody want to put their vote in and then I, as the person who actually does the shopping, gets the final say? Last year, even Kitty had matching pajamas to us. She had the little like kitty pajamas that matched. That's slightly better. Not for you guys, but for me. I want to go the other way. The weird thing about cross stitch is that at some point it looks like nothing and kind of horrible. Because you're like, what is going on here? The shape it is making is not flattering. This doesn't look like it's going to turn out to be anything. It's very trust the process. And hope you counted right. Yeah, the giants. I mean, Crazy isn't that tall. He's like 5'9", 5'10", something like that. So he's not going to be like, I mean, he could get like the random genetics from like my side, my mom's side. But he's like 5'1" now or something like that. So he's still like very short for a guy. Hopefully he'll hit like 16, 17 and have like a massive growth spurt, but I don't really know. He goes back to his endocrinologist in November. But last time I was not all that impressed. They did all like the normal tests and stuff, but then she just seemed to worry that he didn't weigh a lot. And I was like, well, he's never weighed a lot. And it is like not completely inappropriate for like based on his height. It is on the lower end, but not like drastically so. And that's all they really seemed to care about, not the fact that he was basically the size of a 10-year-old. So, we shall see. Yeah, I mean, that's all fairly tall. It's the Nightmare Before Christmas song. Is this still done by like Marilyn Manson? Ha, I was right. It is Marilyn Manson. Yeah, because he's still younger. He could grow. Like I said, boys tend to grow like up until like they're in their mid-20s, really. It's totally not fair. I stopped growing when I was like 14. And I've been this tiny size for forever. generally, I don't really worry too much about my height. Like, I'm short, there's nothing I can do about it. But every once in a while, somebody will be like, oh my God, you're so short. Like, oh my God, I've lived my whole life. And I did not know until you told me that I was short. It really depends on how many, like, the mood of the day. Okay, listen, needle. Let's cooperate here. Right? Like, yes, I know I'm short. Thank you. Oh, we're gonna have a pokey soon. Like, generally, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, people are gonna say something because, anything that isn't pretty normal, there's bound to be somebody to say something about it. So I'm like, whatever. But every once in a while, depending on my mood that day or how many times that day I've been reminded that, oh my God, you're so short. You're so tiny. Listen, listen. No need to tell me. This whole game is rigged. I think there's a squirrel out there having the time of its life. It keeps setting off my camera. It keeps making my ring go off. Geo ball. Let's try that. Pokey catch. Mm-mm. Fantasy has been helping out the junior high. Well, I guess not really the junior high, but the freshmen that are new to the high school archery team. Some of them really haven't shot before at all, and some have moved up from the junior high. Ooh, we caught it, Kevin. Your rigged worked. Kevin always yells that the game is rigged so he can catch the pokey. Um, and one of the kids, she was, going over rules and how to shoot and just, basics with them yesterday, like helping out the coaches. Because some of the kids still aren't shooting. They're still kind of like learning the basics before they are allowed to shoot. And the one kid was like, are you in ninth grade? Like, asked her what grade she was in, and she was like, I'm in 11th grade. And they're like, nuh-uh. You look like you're only like in 8th grade or a freshman at the most. And she's like, okay, well, that doesn't change how old I am or what grade I'm in just because you think I don't look old enough. I was like, oh, welcome to the rest of your life. You'll look like you're 15 for forever. You'll be carded till you're 30. Just call it good genetics, I guess. My the girl I consider my sister-in-law, um, she started going gray in like her early 20s. Yarn is on sale. My color's out of stock. Why does that always happen? It's on sale. Like, somebody had insider information and bought it all as soon as it went on sale. Or at least that's what it feels like sometimes. Okay, I brought this up with Steal Your Heart, and I don't know if you feel the same way or if I'm just kind of like out there crazy, but it feels like once Joann's went out of business, certain colors became really hard to find, which doesn't logically make sense because other places sell the colors, but they just became like hard to find, and because they were hard to find when you could find them like on Amazon, they were like a stupid high price. Okay, so my plan is to go over across the bottom of her skirt like this and then come back and fill all that in. I don't know if you kind of noticed that, kitten, or if it's just me and my brain. Like, not really, and it's just something I connected the dots to, because you know those things doesn't mean it's correct. Now we're gonna go across the bottom of her dress. So we'll do 5 at a time. That way I don't do too many and then lose my place. Have no idea where I am on the count. Boy Wonder has another lab that we have to do in the kitchen today. Well, that's good. Like, I just felt like certain colors became like ultra hard to find. Like the what is it? Bernat's brown became like hard to find, and the color that I would use for um like graham cracker or whatever, like that kind of color, I feel like they're finally getting back in. And I had bought some colors from Michael's like online. Some things I hate to get online because like if it's different from what I normally get, because then I'm not sure if it's really what I'm looking for. And I made sure I put in the provision that I wanted it to be like the super chunky number 6. And I even went through the thing, like the details, and made sure it said it was a number 6 and whatnot. But it was just thinner. It didn't have the same. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know, because I'm fairly new to crocheting. So I was like, I don't know if it's just me and the time I started, or like if it is a continual thing. Right? Yep. Okay. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Um. Sorry, my brain was like, where was I? Oh, I bought them and they say number 6, but they're not like the super bulky or super chunky, whatever it is. So they're slightly thinner. So when I go to crochet stuff with them and like mix and match like the colors I have, the size is smaller than when you then try to like work with Bernat or whatever to mix with it. So I'm just kind of using what I have of it, and hopefully it'll be better next time. But I did notice 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah. I did notice because they bought, so Michael's bought Joann's yarn, so that made oh, what's the brand? Whatever the brand was at Joann's. It made it loops and pearls at Michael's. And so I've noticed the last time I went that they are looking more like the Burnett. Like they are finally kind of getting that all together. They're looking closer, like Big Twist. That's what it was. Big Twist became loops and threads, or loops and pearls, whatever it is. So I noticed that they're getting like more of the different types. Because Big Twist had like the teddy bear and the, like all the different kinds. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If only there were like stitch markers like in crochet with cross stitch. Instead, I just have to remember, which we can all tell is not working. Okay, that's 2. That should be across the button, so it should be 5, 10, 15, 19, 21. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woohoo! It's 21. Now I just have a slowly growing pile of yarn over there. Like, it's not just piled on the floor. Like, it's in a box. But, like, the box is slowly exploding. Like, I can't hold anymore. I just need to get a tote like I have for, like, every other craft. And then stick it underneath the desk. And, it shall live there forever. Just dig through the tote for the colors I need and then put them back. Oh, I think I got distracted from like a story I was telling at the beginning of stream. This past weekend we took the kids to like a petting zoo type thing and a pumpkin patch. We didn't get any pumpkins because it's too early for that. The squirrels will just eat them by the time Halloween comes. We mainly went for like the petting zoo part. So they had like a water buffalo and zebras and llamas and stuff like that. And then Crazy went to work on Monday and he was with his coworker and they were setting up for the conference that they're at now. And he was thinking about taking his new goat to the goat parade, and all the people that were there were like, there's a goat parade? And he's like, oh yeah, out here at whatever, there's a goat parade. People bring their goats, and there's like a goat au naturel parade, which is important because then there's a goat costume contest and a goat costume contest parade, and they like sometimes put lingerie on the goats and Who wins? There was a goat dressed up like a taco, one dressed up like a gnome, like in the pictures on the website. It was hilarious. So now we're going to a goat parade this weekend. I am probably more excited than is justifiable to see the goats dressed up. I will be sure to take pictures and put them in Discord. Oh. Okay, not down one yet. Yeah, goats. So our friend and Crazy's coworker, he has like 4 or 5 female goats, and he just got a boy goat, but it keeps escaping. He's like, I've got to figure out how to keep this goat in here. A wild wurmple. What do we get? What ball does it say? Netball, featherball, nest ball. Let's try featherball. Pokey, catch, featherball. This is like Monopoly. You just buy whatever you land on. You just try to catch whatever shows up in chat. I don't bother checking if I have it. But all honesty, I don't do anything with the Pokemon. I know there's the quests each week, and I'm horrible at completing them. I honestly just forget about them because I don't want to battle people. Especially not in any kind of ranked battle. That would require I know which Pokemon are good. I don't know which Pokemon are good or not. So in the next 5-ish minutes, we'll have our last set of ads for the stream. And it will feel like I accomplished nothing today. It's either like all or nothing most of the time. Usually I have it set up so that it's still set up to throw the ball. It's just, I have like this accumulation of random balls from like when you can give gifts to people and things like that. So I'm trying to work my way through them instead of just always using Ultra Ball. Most of it is that. Welcome in, Ninja. Well, I've like undid like 4 times on this project already, so. At one time I was holding it upside down. No wonder things weren't matching up. I consider, and well, I did 3 loads of laundry and streamed yesterday, so I accomplished something. Whether it was related to the project I was doing is a whole nother subject, but I hope you've been doing well, Ninja. We are kicking off Craft-Tober with these vintage pumpkin dolls. I don't know if that's the correct title per the pattern, but that's what I'm calling them. So Craft-Tober in Carrot's stream or in Carrot's Discord, the chopped toys poles, kind of like the chef show chopped, got voted spooky, black, and pumpkin. And I think these are kind of like the vintage spooky, and they are pumpkins, and they have black. So I'm counting it. uh, I like learning, but the thought of going back and having to I like math. I would be more than willing to do like an accounting type degree because I just like math. All the stupid numbers, they make sense. Every time you add them, 2 plus 2 was always 4. Um, so I would do that, but the amount of you have to take English, you have to take this, you have to take that. I don't want to do that. Okay, that is 7. I don't want to have to take English to get my accounting degree. When I was in high school and they're all like, what do you want to do when you grow up? Be an accountant. And they're like, that's boring. Yes, but people always have money that they need help with. It is job security. And it's only boring if you don't like numbers, but I like numbers. Oh, something is not matching up. Oh, poop. I went too far. This should have went over and touched here. Let's see. I have that and that. Yep. This shouldn't be there. Just went out and got Five Guys. Ooh, I love Five Guys. And now you get to watch me unpick all this because all the way over here I didn't pay attention. This should make everybody feel better about their crafting. I suck at counting or matching up things today. It's really not today. It's Gears of War. I've never played that game, but I love this song. Kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. I'm dying of the best I've ever. Mad world. We're going to be in ads in about 30 seconds. They will go for 3 minutes. It's just going to be me unpicking this pattern, so you won't miss anything. I knew that was going to happen. So my brain is like, this completely normal to mess up and have to unpick. But then the other part of my brain is like, we're on stream. And this is supposed to be good. And it's supposed to look like we know what we're doing. Now they know we don't know what we're doing. But also, brain, they already knew we didn't know. Ooh, I'm so excited for you, Alex. And jealous, not gonna lie. Welcome in, crazy. You get to watch me undo. How's your conference? Because apparently today I really can't count or make things go where they're supposed to. Congrats on third, Alex. Who got second? Who's on first? What's on second? Oh, Insane Ninja. Congrats on second. I missed it in the chat. I didn't see it. I don't know if it's that I'm like talking and that makes it worse than normal, but I mean I do unpick a fair amount. Welcome back, everyone. I want to find a crochet pattern to do with Craft-Tober. I have a pumpkin that is a spider pumpkin, and I have a bat, but I don't have like anything that I would consider creepy. I was perusing the Etsy, you know, as you do, looking at things that you want but aren't gonna buy because budgets. But it's nice to look sometimes. And sometimes you don't even know what you want until you look. But this girl was selling patterns of Baphomet, the demon goat guy. And I was like, oh, I kind of really want them. And it was like a 4 patterns in the pack. Showed you your traditional, and then like two variations, and then the third variation was like pink and flowery Baphomet, which I thought was kind of hilarious. Look at my pink flowery goat demon. Ooh, Pokey coming soon. So I kept turning down the Pokey sound effect because it was really loud. But now I worry that I've like turned it down too much. French toast for lunch! Woohoo! Let's see, basic or mock? Let's do a mock ball. I know I have some of those. Pokey catch. Mock ball. We had chicken, like grilled chicken salad for dinner yesterday. Because it was just me and the minions, so. Like, I buy these, like, pre-made chicken breasts, grilled chicken breasts from Sam's Club. You get, like, 6 in a pack. And so I put, like, separate them 2 in each pack. And then they're an easy, I don't feel like cooking tonight. And then I just cut up lettuce and salad ingredients, you know. And we go, that's what we have. But it's just me and the turdlets again tonight. So we're having nuggets and fries. I did get things to make broccoli cheddar soup. Ooh, I caught this. Right? Like I buy the it's like called like Barely There or something. They're really similar to like the Chick-fil-A nuggets. Like the type of breading, I should say. Cuz the kids don't like sometimes you get chicken nuggets and they're like more breading than anything. They're not crazy about that. So we found this brand at Sam's Club and they have them pretty regularly. They have nuggets and tenders. And they even have like a spicy version of the tenders. So if you like spicy. I call them lazy dinners because there's not much effort in cooking them. But also, some days you just don't have the energy to cook dinner. So people still need to eat. So hence lazy dinners. And I don't really eat leftovers, and the kids are kind of the same way. Like, there's only certain things they'll eat as leftovers. So when Crazy's not at home, it's easier to just make things like that because they're not going to eat leftovers and they're just going to live in the fridge. We have fend for yourself nights too. Like there is definitely things you can make yourself, and you're both old enough. Have at it. But we do those too. Like, you can make yourself a ham sandwich. You can make scrambled eggs. You can eat a peanut butter sandwich. There's usually always salad type ingredients in the house. So, like, you can make yourself a salad. You are more than welcome to do something. My oldest has discovered bread pizza. We almost always have potatoes too because potatoes, they're a staple. Um, but my daughter likes, so she'll just get out the mini Instapot and she'll put a potato in there and put it for like 10-15 minutes. And she'll just eat a baked potato. Like, and we have the air fryer, so it's not like they have to turn on the oven. Just throw a couple fries in one bin and some nuggets in the other bin, and ta-da! It's just me messing up repeatedly. But thank you for popping in, Alex. I hope you have the most fun, and I'm super jealous. Come on, thread. Okay, we're almost back to where I messed up. Welcome to my stream where I teach you how to undo your cross stitch. Okay, now we have done the 3 there and these 2. We've come down 1. And it should just touch. What I did was I like looked at the wrong row and I just started going down. But I needed to touch here first before going down. And now I can go back and redo everything I just undone. I should have noticed that it didn't quite line up, that there was more space, but I didn't. It's 3 and 3, and then the next one's 4. The boy got his costume last week for Halloween. He's going to be Harry Potter. We looked because they had a Hufflepuff robe, but it was just the robe, and it cost as much as the whole Harry Potter costume. So he just got the Harry Potter one, but then he also got the Harry Potter wand, and it lights up, and then like a Gryffindor scarf thing. Okay. No more mistakes today. Self, we must pay more attention. So, I started making a list of things I would like to look for during the sales next week on Amazon, because otherwise I will not remember. I remember like 2 things, but not everything. So does anybody else have a list of things they'd like to look for? Okay, just double check. 1 underneath, then 4. Okay, and then 2 starting there. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to buy the things for sure, but they are things I'd like to look at, see, like, how much they go on sale for. Like, if they reach a certain price, I'll be like, yes, I'll grab that. There's like 1 or 2 things we're definitely looking for, but okay. I remember there should be 21 across here. One, two, three, 4, 5. 8, 9. It's like watching me crochet. I'm going to count out loud. 10. 11. 12. 13. No naughty for you. Do not. Oh, turd. That's right. 14. 15. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21, which puts us about 2 past where we were. Yep. Oh, itchy ear. Okay. We are moving and grooving. I do have a show-off page in my Discord. So if you have made anything, no matter what it is, or you've just done something, feel free to tell us about it there. That too. Mystic Pokemon, Gen 2 Tier B, Cypher Ball, Mach Ball. Oh, let's try Cypher Ball. Oop, gotta make sure I'm in the chat box first. Tomorrow we will finish Hogsmeade Village and probably play more of that book game we were playing because that was kind of cool. The main line, then we had 4, 3, and another 3. Okay. No one caught the Zatu. Lucky Pokemon snuck away. Okay, we got the 3. We caught a trash panda on our ring camera the other night. He was just having fun scurrying all around the backyard. We catch all kinds of critters in the backyard. with our Ring camera. And then we came down, and then we should have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll say 8. One, 2, 3. Part of it I counted out, and the other part's like, nope, all the blocks merged together into one blob. So anybody have any favorite shows that are like gearing up to come back? I know they're all coming back pretty much this week and next week, like starting. I still love Grey's Anatomy. I don't care that it's on season 72. Like, it can go forever. We have another, oh my god, big explosion at the hospital, and now we gotta figure out who lived and who died. And I know that's like repetitive at this point, but I don't care. Once I start watching a show, it takes a fair amount of like, I don't know, downhillness for me to stop watching. Like, I really liked like the first 2 seasons of You, but I didn't like this last one. I stopped watching like halfway through. And I started rewatching um Outlander, and I'm to the part where they're in the Americas now. They survived the hurricane and wound up in the Americas. And I love how that they tell her like, "Oh, you should go be with the Quakers because you don't want slaves." Like, are you Quaker? Okay. We should have. Where did I count it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, not there. Okay, 8. Okay. And here. Woo! We got the right spot this time. We connected the way we were supposed to. Thank God. Because I really did not want to undo that, and this project would wind up on a scrap heap somewhere. We have roughly 20 more minutes of stream. When I was checking Firebot earlier, like to see how many more days I had left before I had to renew my thing. They had a new thing about like something about like add this to your channel and you can earn bits. Has anybody else seen that? Looked into it? Added it to their thing? If you use FrostyBot, obviously. Okay. Okay. We've made our way through almost another skein, whatever you want to call these things, of black. But we've been doing a lot of black lately because we've been doing spooky patterns. But when I had originally went and bought like stuff to start doing the spooky patterns, I bought like 6 skeins of black because I was like, I'm gonna need it. There's gonna be a lot of black. Won't need them all for like one pattern by itself, but we keep doing black ones, we need, or spooky ones, we need a bunch of black, so. And I think I've gone through like 3 of them, so. Or I'm on the 3rd one, something like that. Okay, a space of 1. So 1 more. There we go. Okay. Okay, again, 1 separating it. Then we'll go 1 away on the way back too. Sometimes I look up at my, you know, stream thingy, and I'm like, am I still streaming, or have I frozen, or who knows? Because it's happened before where I didn't realize I kind of had stopped streaming. And it freaks me out every time. I don't know if that happens to somebody else. I like check chat a couple times, like with what I in my head think is like an appropriate amount of time in between. Who knows if it's only 2 seconds? Um, and it hasn't like moved or changed. I'm like, did I cut out? Oh, quick Pokemon incoming. What do we got? Poliwag, a tadpole Pokemon. Gen 1, Tier C, and it says effective balls are net balls or nest balls. Let's try nest ball. Not that I really remember what the differences are. Trying to type the same thing twice. That's not gonna work. Okay, that got us squared up to where we brought this part down. Well, you guys, I'm doing it like you guys can see what I'm doing. So we're even here now. So now we have like a little kind of like free. I know it's gonna be solid all the way up to here, so I don't have to concentrate as much like on the pattern. I think Crazy's gonna have off Friday, but I don't know if he'll do a stream or not. He may be wanting to recuperate from the conference. Because this isn't that just them going to the conference. They are actually having to like do things. That makes sound bad, but like they are essentially like presenting at the conference as well, not just like going and learning things. So he may want to recoup. Come on. Guess that. I think I missed just a smidgen of this. Didn't get the X quite right. So I think that's what we're going to do tomorrow is we'll finish up Hogsmeade because that was always the plan. But then I think we'll play more of that book game. If not, we'll do more of this. Hopefully with less undoing tomorrow. I know I'm tired of undoing, and I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of watching me undo. Ah. There's our first 2 rows of kind of done in there without having to like worry about the pattern. Let's see if maybe this way. I don't know. My brain is like, how do I want to hold this? If anybody's interested in the book that I've gotten these patterns from, these cross stitch patterns, I can drop it in Discord or whisper it to you or put it in the next chat. I want to say it was like $7 for the digital copy, but I've seen it at Barnes and Nobles too, so you can check. I don't want to say your local bookstore because I don't know that a small bookstore would necessarily have it. Maybe if it focused on crafts, but you know, it's kind of iffy. But I'd be more than happy to let you know what it's called and where to get it. Two more. If I could draw straight lines in paint, that would help. Come on, pick up the thread. Okay. Give me it. No, we just want to turn into a giant knot down here. Okay. About 5 minutes, and then we will find somebody to raid into. My plan was to raid into Carrot. I'm not sure if he's live yet. Um, if not, we'll find somebody. I feel like finally being productive. Welcome in, Danny. How are you doing today? Settling into the new place, hopefully. New place, new job. We are at a place where hopefully I won't have to undo for a bit, because that's been the theme today. Undoing. Cross stitch is probably my least favorite place to undo things. No, that's alright. Listen, I stream it during the day. I fully appreciate that there's probably some people who lurk and never talk. And frankly, I lurk and don't talk in a lot of people's streams, even when it's not the middle of the day. So I never expect anybody to chat. I am happy if they just worky lurky. I appreciate it. But yeah, the theme for today unintentionally seemed to be undo. Hopefully we can stop doing that. A bit of a fire. Yesterday, early morning, I think it was, this Skippy peanut butter plant in our town, or not in our town, but like near us, kind of, caught fire. And apparently, this is not the first time it has happened. It happened at their old plant, and they moved to a new plant, and I was like, well, you get protocols, and sometimes it doesn't matter how many protocols you have in place, things just happen. And my hubby and his coworker, who works with the fire department, were like, nope, Skippy has no protocols for if the plant catches fire. Well, considering they have giant roasters, I think fire on premises should be something they have a protocol for. But apparently they don't. I guess they figure if it only happens every 20 years, they're fine. But heck if I know. There could be way more to the story. But I would assume a giant factory that has giant roasters would have some kind of fire protocol. Right? I just figured, that there'd be some kind of protocol, but what do I know? And only so much gets told to the public. It could be bullcrap, and then people make up stuff, so who knows? Yeah, like if you're on a really big campus, it could be nowhere near the fire. Well, I'm glad you weren't near the fire and didn't get hurt. And hopefully it was just totally a freak accident and not like anything nefarious. Uh, Quigonal? I probably did not say that at all. A crystallizing Pokemon. I want to finish this row and then start working on cleaning up and the rating. So, I feel like we didn't really get much today. Actually, I was relatively close. Wow! I almost said Alex. Danny, that is too close to the fire. Sir, too close to the fire. So, we really didn't get much done today, but, part of her skirt. But, life happens. Like, eventually it'll be done. Let me close up my project box and move it over here along with this one. Let us... Okay, first of all, where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. I lose it in the pattern. Because in paint, like, your cursor turns into, like, this, like, barely there thing, and then I lose it in the project, and I have to just, like, squiggle all over my screen until I find my mouse again. Carrot is on. So that is who we will raid into. That was my plan. Is my bongo cat working? Probably not. Oh, it is now. Now I can spam emotes. You guys can't see it because... Yes, we have to wake him up. Wake it up. Them up. Shout out. Carrots. Cleric. If I can type. Raid. Carrot. Cleric. Close. Paste. So tomorrow we will be finishing up Hogsmeade, and then I was gonna play more of the Beacon Pines game, or we can do more of this cross stitch. I'm open to anything. I don't know what I'm doing. And then Sunday will be video games. Maybe we'll go back to some Satisfactory. I don't know. Oh, sorry, got the yawnies. Really, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't ever know what I'm doing. Maybe we'll play Ticket to Ride. Maybe we can get Super Wife to play Ticket to Ride. Um, I'm gonna buy that today because it's on sale. Um, but I hope everyone has a wonderful day and a good, good week, whatever. And well, till I see you tomorrow. If I see you tomorrow, I might not. You might have things going on. Um, but yes, I hope everybody's having a good time. If you want to join the Craft-Tober thing, you can hit me up in Discord and I will point you in the right direction. Um, or even if you just want to share crafts, anything you've been doing lately, feel free to share in the Discord. I don't know anymore. My brain just farted in the middle of that sentence. Well, she doesn't have to be on stream. I can be streaming and she just can be the other person. She doesn't even have to talk if she doesn't want to. Because I'm not sure that, because it's just the board game, I'm not sure it's something you would have to like talk to each other to do. And I'm sure it's got like a chat bot in the game that you wouldn't have to have like Discord call or anything. I don't know. I'll open it up after I get it and I'll let you know how it plays. But I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day and a good rest of the week or whatever time until I see you again. We are officially in October.